Blake Cashman most likely out for Sunday's matchup against the Detroit Lions. Aaron Jones, a game time decision. Let's get right into it with the Week 7 injury report. But first, if you want one of these cool backlit LED Minnesota Viking 3D logos, feel free to hit the link in the description and use promo code VS30 for $30 off your purchase. So the Week 7 injury report has 9 Minnesota Vikings players on there and just 6 Detroit Lions. Obviously, they had a big one last week with Aiden Hutchinson suffering a season-ending injury, breaking his or fracturing his tibia and fibula. I'm just saying it right now. He's done. It's a huge boost for the Minnesota Vikings. It's unfortunate. T's and P's to him and stuff like that, but it makes this game a lot more interesting because Aiden Hutchinson is basically the heart and soul of that defense, potentially the heart and soul of the team. So let's get right into it. The Minnesota Vikings, who are 5-0 on Wednesday, suited up in pads ahead of hosting the Detroit Lions, who are 4-1 at noon on Sunday. Now, Minnesota listed 9 players on its initial injury report for Week 7. They go as this: linebacker Blake Cashman dealing with the toe injury. It was listed today, or said today, or reported today, that Blake Cashman is most likely going to miss this Sunday's matchup against the Detroit Lions. Usually when it's a toe injury, it's turf toe. I've never dealt with it, but I've heard it's pretty brutal. It's not nothing to play around with. So if we miss him, it definitely is going to suck. But we missed Ivan Pace for a couple weeks, and we were just fine. So hopefully we can pick up the production without Blake Cashman in the lineup. Now, cornerback Caleb Evans is dealing with a hip injury. Outside linebacker Pat Jones, a shoulder. Running back Aaron Jones, obviously dealing with a hamstring injury still, or it's more of a hip injury. And then defensive lineman Harrison Phillips, a shoulder injury. All did not participate today, which is Wednesday. Most likely all these players will not play. Aaron Jones is a game time decision. He's going to go out there before the game, warm ups and stuff like that, see how he feels, and kind of make his decision then. But hey, there's a reason we traded for Cam Akers. Maybe we see a couple packages with him on the field. He was at practice. He was in full pads today, so that's a massive sign. That's a good sign that if Aaron Jones is not ready to play on Sunday, we have a backup plan, basically, other than just Ty Chandler and Myles Gaskin. Harrison Phillips, I'm assuming he is going to participate. He's a veteran in this league. Did not participate. Probably just means he's got a rest day, just to kind of take it easy and make sure he's 100% ready to rock and roll come Sunday. Now, as for limited participants, tight end TJ Hawkinson, coming off that ACL injury a year ago, opened up their practice window or his 21-day evaluation window. Also, Dalton Risner, a back injury, his window was also opened just, I believe, 2 days ago. So both these players are trying to get back onto the field as quick as possible. I would expect neither of these guys to play on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. It would be nice for TJ Hawkinson to get back in there against the team that caused his ACL injury, if you will. But it's better to make sure he's 100% when we take on the Rams in Week 8. And Dalton Risner, we really don't need him at this point. It would be nice to have the depth, but Blake Brandel and Ed Ingram have been doing just fine at this point in time. Ed Ingram, a lot of inconsistencies, but still performing at a decent level for us. Now, safety Theo Jackson, hand injury, and tight end Josh Oliver, wrist injury, were listed as full participants. Good news, we need Josh Oliver because we don't really have much in the tight end room other than Johnny Munt and Nick Muse, I do believe. So that is the injury report for the Minnesota Vikings. As for the Detroit Lions, 6 players were listed on their injury report, starting with cornerback Carlton Davis, a quadriceps, center Frank Ragnow, he's just resting, tackle Dan Skipper, and guard Kevin Zeitler were listed as not participating. Again, Frank Ragnow, who's just getting a nice little rest day. I think that's the same scenario with Harrison Phillips, who is apparently is dealing with a little bit of a shoulder injury. Again, I think it's more of a rest day to make sure that shoulder is ready to go come Sunday. But those are 4 players are on the did not participate in practice for the Lions. As for the defensive back, Brian Branch, knee injury, he was listed as a limited participant. I would fully expect Brian Branch to be out there on the field on Sunday. He's going to have to be. They don't really have much depth, I believe, at safety or something like that. So I would expect to see Brian Branch out there, maybe if it's even as in some limited packages every once in a while. And as a full participant, offensive lineman Christian Mahogany, who was dealing with an illness, was listed as a full participant. So the Lions not terribly banged up. They did miss, or they are missing, their heart and soul of the team, Aiden Hutchinson, he is officially out and done for the season. But that is the Week 7 injury report. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skull Vikes.